Hello gamers, my name is Vegas, and I have a special video for you today. That's right, it's going to be a 4v5 win. Now, this game starts out as, it's a 5v5. This is an Emerald game in solo duo. I'm playing Nico support, obviously. I've got Twitch ADC, Galio mid, Rengar jungle, and Gragas in top. And then for the first 20 minutes of this game, it's a regular 5v5, but then for some reason our Galio AFKs. But, spoiler alert, we somehow end up winning this game. So, I wanted to make this video of this replay just to show you guys that you should never give up. There's too many people in League of Legends trying to surrender. Too much negativity. When so many games are so winnable. And this game is a perfect example of this. Because this isn't even just the first 4v5 game I've won. It has to be the third, the fourth, the fifth. And this is an Emerald. This is a pretty high rank. The top 10% of players. Top 15% really. But guys, you should not be FFing if one of your players disconnects. The game is always winnable. So, I've been playing a lot of Nico support recently. I get that ward on the Raptors just so we can trace the jungler. And Nico and Twitch are such a perfect bot lane duo. Because there's so much shenanigans. Look, see, I'm cosplaying as Twitch. Twitch is stealthed. So there's so much you can do with, like, so many mind games you can play with Twitch and his stealth and Nico and her shape-shifting abilities. And you're gonna see that we pick up a lot of kills in this lane because of that. But first, we want to really push for that level 2 since we are an aggressive lane. And level 2 is key for Nico support because you want to get your EQ combo and then you can proc that electrocute. So I'm trying to get that push for level 2. So now I've got my E, my Q, Twitch goes and stuff. He's in a very aggressive Twitch. I missed the E, so I just want to just auto-attack. I pop the Ignite because Twitch goes all in. Twitch gets the first blood, and we do kill the virus. And then my E comes back up, and do we get the Elixir as well? No, she's very low, but... Oh yeah, he flashes for it, and he dies, but that's okay. It's 2 for 1. And I get to push in the wave, which denies golden XP to the enemy laners. Alright, so since I'm playing support Nico, Hextech Rocket Belt is a must. Whenever I back as Nico support, I always check the other lanes to see should I be ganking any of them, because, the minion wave is spawning. It's the perfect time to transform into a minion and go for a little cheeky lane gank. That's what I love about Nico support, but unfortunately we see Kiana's backing. I don't really want to go top lane as it's very far and I don't have, upgraded boots or anything. It's very early on. Plus I don't have my Ignite. I'm level 3. So I'm just going to sneak in as a minion here. Believe it or not, look, they have no idea. A lone minion, you would think people would clock that immediately, but they don't. Even at Emerald and Diamond. People do not pay enough attention when Nico's in their games. So I just get a free, EQ auto combo there. And now we could have frozen the wave here, but Twitch is fine to push. He's very aggressive, so I transform into him while he stealths. And I pretend to CS for a bit, but it looks like they've backed. But I'm essentially playing Nico off this Twitch. Whatever Twitch wants to do, I'm kind of, playing off of him. But I see there's a fight up here in the mid lane. So, I'm gonna get there before, hopefully before anyone dies. I'm in a great position here to hit an E. And look at that. Double root. I get the Kiana, and we get the Feat of Warfare, 3 kills. And then I get to pick up, some XP in the mid lane. While Galio's respawning. But I gotta keep looking at that map, even if I'm playing support. Support isn't just about the bot lane. And, Volleybet overstays is welcome. And we get another kill on him. Now, as Nico support, I don't mind stealing kills. I think it's fine to take kills because there's 2 items you really need before, the mid to late game where you start team fighting. And that's Rocket Belt and Zhonya's. It's so important, so I don't feel guilty about taking gold. Twitch always wins a 1v1 in the bot lane, but now I'm going to go for another lane gank. Kiana's back, Galio's back. Lux is still lurking. You know, I get the Lux, but we're not going to get anything out of that. I don't know why Lux is still lurking in the mid lane. But now I want to look to transition back to the bot lane. I also have a lot of gold to spend, so I can just back here. But again, I see Kiana in the mid lane. I'm going to go for another lane gank. I'm going to ping it for my Galio. Since I got my upgraded boots, I'm faster than the minions, so I try and time it so it looks more natural. And here we go. We should catch her here. Yep, that's an E, that's a Q. I popped the ignite as well. And she is dead just like that. We also get that kill with 302 now. Since Kiana's dead, I don't feel bad about walking up into his jungle, but there isn't really anything to catch here. No camps. Dragon is up. I'm again just gonna put some damage onto the jungler. Since we want to go for this dragon now. And Twitch is doing just fine on his own. Something I do as Nico support, I leave my laners a lot. I leave my bot laners a lot. Some deal with it well, some cry about it. But I kind of play as like a second jungler. Just to get impact across like every single lane on the map. And, you know, something that very few champs can do. Very few support champs can do. Like, because Nico, because of her ability to transform, you can play so many mind games. You can transform into the jungler and walk over a ward. And then the other team's going to ping like, oh, the jungler's there when really it's me. But here we go again. Another minion gank. Do they know? No, she didn't know, but I missed my E. But I go back, put my W, and he ends up holding my clone. That's one fantastic thing about Nico is sometimes people will just like send abilities on your clone, and it feels so good getting like a Varus ult like on the Nico clone. So I cheer, I get a little excited here. I catch the Lux in a root. I don't know why she is walking up. And if Twitch wants to go back in, I was ready, like wanted to back off, but he's desperate for that kill. So I think I end up actually dying here, and because right there he flash barriers, and I end up missing my E and my Q. He would have died if I hit that, but the flash barrier caught me off guard. And that is my first death. So enemy team just takes the Void Grubs. I'm going for yet another lane gank in the mid lane. Because even after 2-3 times, sometimes the enemy mid laners, they don't learn. So I'm trying to line up again. I'm faster than them anyway, so it's hard to make it look natural. But even still, it looks like the Kiana is missing. So I think what I end up doing is I just push the wave and then I probably just leave. There's nothing going up in the top lane either. I also like stick around maybe to catch the Kiana off respawn, but if not, I'm just going to help him take the plates, because Nico with her W passive, she takes plates very quickly. You know, every third auto attack. It's a nice amount of damage. We go, hit the Kiana over Q, then leave. I am taking a lot of XP and gold from this Galio, but you'll see, you know, since he ends up going AFK, it's fine. Okay, I see Varus in the bot lane. I know Lux might be lurking, but I'm not too afraid of this Lux. But since I got my support, I always want to get all of my wards in the enemy jungle for that extra health with the ward rune. And see Galio's roaming down, so I'm pretending to be Rengar. I use my W to get in. I could have held my E until I got a bit closer, but I just decided to use my ult anyway, flash out of the Lux ult, and then Twitch is able to clean it up just perfectly. So even though I made a couple of mistakes there, we end up getting 2 kills for nothing. We see Kiana, Volibear. It's technically a 4v2, but I have no ult, no flash. I'm very low health, so we have to be a little bit careful here. And I think about going top, because, you know, Fiora under the tower. She's looking minion gankable, so I try and grab a melee minion. I've got my ignite up as well. My ult's up in 30 seconds, which Nico ult's up quicker than you think. I use the rune that reduces the ultimate hunter in the assassin tree, the red tree, for my runes. Again, just another plain minion gank, trying to time it. And then I'm afraid of her W here, but she's so low. She doesn't get the W in time when I ult her, but that's really poor timing as, like, Volibear is, like... He kind of just shows up the same time I do, which is just really unfortunate. Alright, dragon's up. So now I want to be looking at the dragon. I've only got one ward. Send my clone into bush because we don't know who's waiting now. Of course, Lux and Volibear are waiting. That's, you know, Nico is fantastic for, like, scouting solo because she can use her clone as, like a dummy. Again, I'm doing the same thing here. You know, Volibear could be in one of these bushes, but I feel safer to walk up now with my sweeper since, you know, I see Lux in the mid lane. Clear some vision, because Dragon is up. And I see he's on it. But it's just me and Galio. I pop my ult. Twitch is walking up, so if Twitch gets here, this will be an easy fight. We kill him before that even happens, and then Rengar jumps onto the Kiana. And that is very sad. I mean, the Lux, sorry. Right, we're 4-1-5. 9 KP in just 30 minutes is very good, considering we only have 10 kills as a team. And that's why it's so important to roam as a support, and, you know. Now, I'm thinking I want to go top. Because there's a lot of people in the bot lane, they don't really need me. And the Rift Herald's up, so, you know. I want to be where the objectives are. And if we can get a kill on the Fiora, then maybe we can get the Rift Herald. But your Volley's here as well. Looks like they want to dive him, so it's perfect time for me to show up. I root both of them. My ult's down for 10 seconds, but Gragas plays that very well, ulting him into the tower. My ult's up in 2 seconds now, and you know, no one dies, and we might get this Fiora, but she's a slippery cat, so I don't know if we do get her. No. We're fine. We're happy to just give that up. But, you know, Herald's up, so we should be taking Herald. I care more about objectives than, like, you know, babysitting my laner. So this looks good. I should have hit that, but it looks like we kill her anyway. Now, they cannot contest this Herald. They do go for the dragon. This Kiana's going to go down as well. We should take the blue buff. Now, at the moment, it's a very even game. It's 15-15. You know, they have a dragon. We're picking up the Herald right about now. But you'll see the tides will change in about, I think it's like 5 or 6 minutes here, is when our Galio goes AFK. And he's not doing great, but he's like, I've been taking a lot of his kills. I get caught here, unfortunately, by the Lux Q while ulting. But then I got the Zonias to survive, you know, Lux ult and the Volley ult. The Volley walked back into my ult. I don't know why he did that. A bunch of flashes go off. We end up losing that fight just because Fiora is very strong. Twitch is able to pick up a kill, but he's going to die as well. They ace us here, and we only pick up 2 kills. That's because I fumbled my ult getting hit by the Lux Q. Twitch wasn't there when the fight started. Like, a lot of things went wrong. So things aren't looking fantastic. You know, we're 3 kills down. They just aced us. They're going to pick up this mid tower here. We've lost our bot on top towers. Yet, we still end up winning this game. And I know probably some of you out there would be, like, trying to FF right around now. Like, you know, we're not going to win. So what's the next play? I'm waiting for the next wave. I see Varus in the mid lane. I know the only people I can really kill are the Varus, the Lux, and the Kiana. So those are the only people I really want to be ulting or trying to hit with an E. I mean, I don't know what I was doing here. I wanted to get the tower. I thought Twitch was taking the tower, but then Twitch died, and then I just kind of stood there for a bit. So this was a fumble of, you know, massive proportions. And we're now 7 kills down. Things are looking bad. So we take a look at the scoreboard. Rengar 0-7. Galio's 1-4. It's really only me and Twitch are doing very well. But the important thing is, Twitch is a hyper carry. So he can kill the entire team. So it's more important that he's doing well than anyone else on our team. Rengar is great for single picks, but against this team, it's kind of hard for that. because they have a lot of CC. Rengar is, you know, struggling to do anything this game. Once you get behind on Rengar, he's a snowbally champ. You can't really do much. So we're behind right now. I need to get some vision. Dragon's coming up, so that's where I want to be. I see they're all on Galio in the bot lane. There's nothing I can really do for him other than, you know, place some wards. Twitch is going in on the Varus. He should kill him here. Yep. And now we can contest for Dragon, but because they are very strong, I don't really think it's worth it. And, you know, Rengar pings for the second tower, so I'm like, okay. We're not really fighting for the Dragon now. I'm gonna send my clone in there. Just fuck, but then Gragas TPs. I've got my ult, I've got my flash. So there's the ult. That was a really bad flash because I went onto the Volibear, and Volibear is not the person I want to be killing. So that's poor from me, but the Zonius, like, you know, kept me alive. And we do end up taking the Dragon here. But now Fiora's here, and she's very strong. I'm very low, I'm scared. So I'm just going to try and throw my abilities where I can. She W's my E, flashes out. Rengar does a fantastic job here of almost killing this Lux. We do end up getting her. But we got the Dragon, that's what really matters in this scenario. And it's here, I believe, Galio is now AFK. We are now 4v5. He died, he respawned, he never comes back. I don't know why. I don't know, you know, what. But we can't think about that. The only thing in my mind is how do we win this game? We're 7 kills down. And right now I'm thinking, I don't know Galio's AFK yet, but right now I'm thinking, I've got to play with Twitch. Twitch is the hyper carry. He's got a lot of his core items. So Baron's coming up. I just want to be warding, you know, around Baron. Doing my job as the support. But I want to be around where Twitch is. Because I need to keep Twitch alive. And you see Twitch is kind of going off on his own. And he gets caught by Lux. He kills the Varus, but Rengar's dead. Twitch is dead. Gragas and me can't really, you know, we don't have the damage to kill them. So I send out my clone to see what they're up to. They're taking the Baron very slowly, so I hang around. But then, fortunately, Lux kind of shows up. I wasn't expecting her to show up, and she just kills me. I did not expect her to come up from behind me, so that was just kind of like a wasted death, and they take the Baron. So things are looking bad. It's now, they're 9 kills up. It's 4v5. Yeah, I don't give up. I'm going Banshees next. I've decided, okay, you know, Lux has been fucking me up with those Qs. I need a spell shield. So Banshees is the next logical step. Typically after, you know, Rocket Belt and Zonia's, whatever item you build is kind of situational. But Banshees is a very safe pick, especially if they got, like, you know, a lot of CC or some strong APs. Again, even if I hit my E and Q, I don't want to commit because that's all I have. I just want to be doing some poke damage. They have the Baron, so we need to be just playing on the defense right now. And, you know, Rengar's trying to 1v5. So Twitch is stealthed here. I see a big angle. So I hit a big E, a big Q. I ult, but I don't get the Zonias off because I get stunned. And we're lucky that Twitch gets a triple here. It's at this moment I realize, okay, we can win this game. Because Twitch is hella strong. And then they pick up this Lux here, no problem. But after that fight, if I got my ult off in that fight, you know, that is pretty much like 1 for like 4. See, someone tries to surrender, but we can win this game. And they're starting to slip up as well. Like, why is Varus trying to take that inhibitor by himself? So Dragon's coming up. I'm feeling good now. I just need to play around this Twitch. And Twitch needs to not go off on his own like he did with that Varus earlier in the mid lane. So now they're all respawning. We have a head start to the dragon. Gragas, I would like Gragas to be here, honestly. But, best I can do is put up my wards. And now Twitch is on his way. I've got my ult, I've got my flash, I got my ignite, I got my Zonias. But now someone TP's top. I believe that's, yeah, Fiora. So Gragas is going to have to match that. But I really want to stay there, but, Fiora might just take the whole base. So we are going to get up the dragon to go fight this Fiora. She's not getting out of this. There's too many of us. So we take the Fiora down. They get the dragon. But now, look, she's down for an entire 50 seconds. We're 30 minutes into the game now. And it really, one big team fight can really decide the outcome of the game. Even though we're 4v5. As long as we keep Twitch alive, enough to, like, kill enough people, that's it. It's game over for them. It's like Gragas gets us into some trouble here. But I've got my ult at a side. It's a good time. Twitch is there. I get 3 of them. Twitch has already got 1. I hit the Zonias. That's 2. And now he's stealthed. Rengar picks up the top tower as well. But that control ward kind of stops our hopes of killing the other 2. But that's okay. That's a 0 for 2. See, in those few short minutes, we were 9 kills down. Now we're only 2 kills down. Despite being 4v5, we've been alone without our Galio for at least 6 minutes now. I'm playing mind games, transforming into the Twitch. Just because I want to protect him as much as possible. If I can get him to commit, like, enough abilities onto the fake Twitch, then the real Twitch can, do whatever he wants. So again, I'm just clearing out vision. Baron's coming up again. Twitch is just kind of waiting for his moment. He's clears the waves. But we're essentially just waiting for them to step up because it's, any next team who loses a team fight, game's over. What they should be doing is, in a 4v5, you always want to have 2 people on the side lanes because the enemy team just doesn't have enough people to match, all the pressure. It's kind of good for them to be grouping up in like a 4-1 because, Gragas can always go back and match the Fiora while, the other 3 of us can take them out. So there we go. That's the spell shield there. Spell shield saves my life. I pop my ult. I get the knock-up. So they kind of just wasted everything on me there. I get the knock-up my ult, and Twitch is able to get, again, 2 for 1. And then Lux dies as well. It's now just Fiora and Varus, and he flashes for the Varus. It's just Fiora between us and, like, winning the game. And then, Twitch walks up. And Fiora can't do anything. She knows she can't walk up to the Twitch.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
But the game isn't over yet because Kiana and Volibear are up in 10 seconds. So we get an inhibitor. But we need one more fight now. We need one more fight. Baron's up. Dragon's coming up. We know we can win these fights. We know we can win the game. The other team, they need to change their strategy. They need to go for the Twitch instead of like me. They need to split push. I don't know why someone's still trying to surrender after it's made very apparent that we can win this game. I'm just clearing out all the vision for Baron. Dragon's up, but I'm not really worried about Dragon. Because we have the vision and the presence in the top lane, I kind of like just choose to, say to my team, hey guys, forget about the Dragon. Come here. We see Kiana's walking up. I'm trying to kill this Scuttle crowd. It's taking too long, so I just leave it to go help him. So we killed the Kiana now. It's 4v4. We have the vision set up on this Baron. And they're grouped mid lane. I've got my ult, I've got my flash, I've got my ignite, I've got my Zonias. So again, we're just going to look for them to group up so I can go in. I'm cosplaying as a Scuttle Crab here, and now would be the perfect time for them to... If we get vision in this bush. But I need to keep an eye on this Twitch. He likes to go for the Baron. So I'm just going to chill here at Scuttle Crab, and they're running up the mid lane. So I'm just going to back and like hold the line while they take care of the Baron. Because once you get Baron, you get fast recall. So I'm not too worried. We take it pretty quick with Twitch. So yeah, they take the inhib, they back off. And now I'm picking this Twitch. I'm like, please don't die. I'm so scared for him. But it looks like they must have backed or something. See the Fiora flashes away. And then the rest of them are going to cover the mid lane, and I think this is it. I just need to hit a big flash ult. That's all I need to do. We lose Rengar, but Rengar's, you know, he's like 0-10 at this point. I'm not too worried about Rengar. Twitch is stuffed. I'm ready to go in. And I think this is it. Yep. I get 2. And now it's a 3v3 all of a sudden. Gragas is able to CC the Volibear, and now it's 3v2. We get the Lux Flash. All we need now is 2 kills. That's it. It's just Lux and Fiora. And none of them can really step up to Twitch. We got the Baron, we got the supers, we just take down the towers. Of course, I'm pretending to be Twitch as well to just throw them off. And I'm just trying to take out the towers as quick as possible. And now I'm going to look to CC. She goes for the Twitch. She dies. And now we're on to the Nexus. And we just win the game. There you go, guys. That's a 4v5 win. We lost Galio around 24 minutes. And I think that was around 35 minutes where we won that game. And at the end there, we didn't even have Rengar either. That was essentially like a 3v5 at the end there. Just because I know how hard Twitch can carry. All I've got to do is my job as Nico is kind of support him. And Gragas did fantastic there as well, keeping, like, peeling for him as well. And that was also, yeah, that was a promo game to Emerald 3. So guys, it just goes to show, it's possible. You can win these games. Look at that damage from Twitch, that's incredible. I end up with 21 assists, and he ends up with 26 kills. I hope you guys enjoyed that replay and that breakdown of that game. And I hope it goes to show that, you know, even when the cards look stacked against you, you can still pull out a victory. You should never give up when playing competitive League of Legends. There's always something you can do. And it just goes to show that sometimes you do win these games, and it feels absolutely fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.